the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We've got basketball action at Quicken Loans and with pregame.
Well, Kevin,
Thanks to Yang, clearly Thompson knows his role on this team. Got to admire how hard he goes on the glass. Doris, for teams that outperformed expectations over the first half of the season, as things get more competitive as we wind down the regular year, how can they avoid those second half issues?
Well, you make a great point, because the level of competitive spirit as you move closer to the playoffs, you can feel that shift in energy. So I think obviously on a nightly basis, you've got to be able to match the competitive nature, the intensity, the physicality of the best teams in the league. If you can do that, you give yourself a chance.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for San Antonio, skilled tandem of Leonard and Aldridge at the 3 and the 4. Parker and Green are the guard set, and it's Gasol at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The offensive rebound. Aldridge's shot is good.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
Well, don't you love that they seized the lead from the beginning, exactly how you want to start off the game.
Now here's James. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. 20 feet out. That's short off the rim. On defense, the Cavaliers want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively. And when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
Thomas with the ball. He's picked up by Parker, and the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Thomas passes to James. And Leonard with the block.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
Well, this is a guy who understands his role in their offense, right? And they know exactly how to use him.
Here's Green, following the basket by LeBron James, and stolen by Love. LeBron against Leonard, and the rejection by Leonard.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
And the Cavs, once again, looking to will their way, Doris, to a title. Every year, the competition seems to grow fiercer.
Yes, but they seem to be a team that thrives on adversity. Think back to 2016 when they overcome that 3-1 deficit. Last season, it was the largest second-half comeback in playoff history. There's no quit in these Cavaliers.
Leonard with the steal. And the rejection by James.
Don't bring that weak stuff in here. LeBron always on the prowl to send shots back with force.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. San Antonio shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And the first one drops. San Antonio making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
A leaner. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Doesn't seem to matter. When LeBron's in rhythm, defenders can be draped all over him. It doesn't matter.
Leonard kicks to Aldridge. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's Gasol, and he gets it to go.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
Now here's James. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. And stolen by Aldridge. Passes it to Parker. Back to Leonard. To the paint. Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And so here's Cleveland following the bucket by the Spurs. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Gasol trying to free himself up. Aldridge misses. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Shoots over Leonard. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Outside Aldridge. Gasol controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, now you're going to have to tone down the level of aggressiveness on the defensive end. That's his second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Jay Crowder's checked in for Thompson. Smith comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Rose in for Thomas. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Kyle Anderson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Bertans, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Parker. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Shots good by Laverne.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And the first one drops.
Well, the knee issues robbed Derrick Rose of some of his athleticism, but maybe more importantly, he lost that development time. Still a big-time player, though, every time he takes the floor.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers. That's their third straight make off an assist.
Smith on the wing. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
And really, Smith is always looking to fire as soon as he touches the ball. The D has to be more aware of that quick trigger.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We'll return shortly. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he
go back and I'm able to read this.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
It has, Greg, no doubt. Love that they've gotten after it on the defensive end. Just continue to put pressure on.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. We've got Laverne. Murray out there with Mills. And there's Anderson. And it's Bertans in at the 3. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Guys, the league may have never seen a player with more control on and off the court than LeBron James. He is a superstar, a playmaker, a coach on the floor. Some say he's the GM. And he even has a stake in a player agent business. LeBron says it's his dream to one day own an NBA team. Well, he's certainly getting some practice. Kevin?
No question about it, David. He's well on his way. As important a player as we've ever seen in basketball. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That is his first foul of the game. Rudy Gay's checked in for Kyle Anderson. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play, but they get it back. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down to just 3 on the basket from Smith. Here's Laverne, and Laverne throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Rose dishes to Love. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Doris, with so many one-and-dones entering the NBA, do you think expectations are too high for these guys, especially from the fans?
I don't, Kevin. I think it depends on the talent that we're talking about. You know, I know Joel Embiid is a guy who didn't necessarily start right away, but when he was finally able to be healthy, it certainly didn't take him long to become a factor on the NBA level. No, I don't think the expectations are too high. I think these guys are accustomed to expectations, and frankly, their personal expectations are probably higher than ours.
I mean, look at the elite of these high school kids who have been playing like in front of big crowds on a big stage for so long. It's second nature to them, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin.
Here's Mills, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Cleveland Cavaliers. For San Antonio, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. That one misses.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Well, we the North starting to turn out some players, right? Out of Toronto, Canada, Tristan Thompson. He doesn't have the most expansive offensive skill set, but guys, his motor is as good as it gets.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint. Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
And Thompson, one of the most relentless rebounders in the NBA.
Well, this is the elite skill he brings to the table. His durability and nightly effort on the boards make him a hugely valuable player, worthy of that contract.
Isaiah Thomas is checked in for Derrick Rose. San Antonio also making some changes. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Laverne. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Bertans. And Tony Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Smith on the wing. 10 points for him. And there's Thompson putting it right back in.
You know, I think the activity level that Tristan Thompson plays with on missed shots is something every NBA player can learn from.
Gay kicks to Parker. He feeds it to Aldridge. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
Here's Leonard. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. And the Spurs lead by 3.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now, here's Thomas. He's another guy who had a stellar performance in the win against Memphis. And Thompson gets it to go.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And look, it's always tough to win on the road. You've got to go in with the right mindset, and they did.
I think, Greg, they didn't let the crowd or the noise get to them, and they have to be happy with how they played and executed on the road in that one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. LeBron's checked in for Jefferson, and it's Korver in for Smith. Here is Thomas. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And now running it up the court, Green pushing it all the way. And Aldridge slams it in.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
James. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Green. Leonard with the ball. Out guarded by Crowder. It's deflected. Korver against Ginobili. Feeds to Thomas. Dishes it to LeBron. Over Green. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And it's 6 points for LeBron.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first. You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. LeBron's got 9.
Remarkable catch and shoot sequence right there from LeBron. Just a killer instinct whenever he gets the ball.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Korver, a screen on Parker. Thomas passes to Korver. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, this is Korver's game, right? A phenomenal catch and shoot player. You know he's ready to fire on the catch.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Cavaliers ahead. They lead by 1.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime
Hey,
Show.
folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith, the Diesel. Cleveland's first quarter could have gone much better. They struggled to find an offensive rhythm or come up with enough stops and sunk into a 7-point hole by the end of the period. The second quarter went a lot better for them, and they got right. So that'll do it for now as we send you.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter. San Antonio trailing here. The two stars, LeBron and Love, making up the forward positions. Thomas and Korver, the guard tandem. And it's Thompson in at the center position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Aldridge misses.
Now that's where they want to go with the ball. They can tolerate a few misses as long as he gets his touches inside.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. And that'll be his third foul so far. Thomas dishes to James. Leonard with the steal.
His 4th giveaway tonight. Just another loss of concentration. I don't know what's going on with him.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
The Cavs' Tyronn Lue said he never envisioned coaching during his playing career, but Doc Rivers saw something in him.
Well, Doc likes to say that Ty just had a way of bringing people together, a way of connecting. At the same time, Lue is tough enough to speak the truth and point out things that others might be reluctant to say. You can see the reason it can be a tough day down low, and he's going after it on the glass. Some serious length to contend with.
Stolen by Thompson. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Rose is checked in. The Spurs also changing it up. Laverne, he's checked in for Aldridge. Davis Bertans comes in for Leonard. And Murray's subbed in for Parker. Here's Green. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now it's a 3-point San Antonio lead.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Rose, that's good.
And Rose continuing to hone that jump shot. That's where he can take his game to the next level. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. It's a pick by Love, off the screen. But they'll get another chance. Kicks it to Thompson. That falls. Great assist by Love. That's now 8 points for Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, there are several ways that Thompson can be a factor on the offensive end, and he is still adding to that arsenal.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Rose kicks to Thompson, and Love has it in the corner. No good from outside. Spurs leading by 3. Here's Bertans, and the layup's good off the glass. Bertans got 4 points now in the quarter. Something everyone seems to be doing these days, Doris, polishing their jumper, making sure that it becomes, the first thought perhaps as they work on things in the offseason. In your opinion, who in the NBA has the smoothest shooting stroke, the best style?
Well, given that Ray Allen is retired in the last couple of years, he would have been the first guy to come to mind. My present best shooter and the guy who gets it off the fastest and is the most likely to incinerate a defense in a short period of time. That would be one Mr. Klay Thompson, arguably one of the best two-way players in today's NBA.
Great word, incinerate, because he can be so hot and so dangerous. Crowder, he's checked in for Cleveland. Smith comes in for Kyle Korver.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Yeah, he saw he had a huge opportunity to help his team. Score is tight-knit, and he comes through.
Jefferson's checked in for the Cavaliers. Spurs leading by 4. Bertans passes to Anderson. Here's Bertans. Now the pass to Laverne. Spurs working the ball around now. Ginobili with the ball. Now guarded by Crowder. Shots good by Mills.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Outside Rose. And Derrick Rose, a free agent this last offseason, didn't get the contract that he might have been hoping for, but most teams, Doris, shied away from giving sizable contracts to a player with his type of injury history.
Well, for Derrick Rose, I think a number of teams have an interest in him, just not at the same price he once commanded. Still beloved in terms of the fans because he's top 15 in jersey sales.
Ginobili dishes to Anderson. Pass to Bertans. And Mills kicks to Laverne. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Anderson. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And the Spurs lead by 6.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Rose kicks to Smith. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 4th assist in this one.
When J.R. Smith gets rolling, he can absolutely take over a game just like he's done in this one.
Anderson kicks to Ginobili. Here's Bertans, defended by Crowder. Laverne. The Cavaliers pull it in. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one. For the tie, the rebound by Anderson. Spurs leading by 3. Ginobili, the pass to Anderson. That shot is off. Good work defensively by Crowder. That's good from Jefferson on the assist from Crowder.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
And the game still closely contested as we end the 3rd quarter. Spurs lead by 3. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Let's play even smarter and make sure we play.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. 4th quarter should be good. The Cavaliers trail by 3. On the floor for San Antonio, starting the 4th quarter. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. Rudy Gay is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Aldridge in at the 5. San Antonio on defense. They've led by as much as 10. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Oh, my. He really needs to be careful now. That was his 5th foul of the night.
There's Thomas at the 3. Rebound, San Antonio. Leonard's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Gay outside. He kicks it to Parker. Here's Aldridge. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. That's good from Aldridge. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. And it's Korver in for Rose. Pau Gasol's checked in for San Antonio. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Outside Thomas. Solid defense there from Ginobili. And San Antonio shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Leonard dishes to Gasol. Parker kicks to Aldridge. And the jam by Aldridge.
And now this game is becoming a showcase for Aldridge. He's been out of control. A one-man team. Now it's just a matter of getting him the ball and getting out of his way.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. And Aldridge slams it in.
This is what he does for this team. Provides consistent scoring that helps them get the lead and keep it.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Korver against Ginobili. And there's the call on Ginobili. That is his first foul of the game. James checked in for Jay Crowder. Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Here's LeBron. That one, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. Here's Gasol. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And the long arms of Gasol wreaking havoc on the D. They don't know what to do with him when he's going up with a shot like that.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Korver, a screen on Leonard. Right wing. Love the pass to Thomas. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Manu Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio. Leonard with the steal. The drive by Green. The shot that time not on target. The Cavaliers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Poke loose. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Leonard with the ball. The feed to Gasol. Spurs working the ball around now. And Leonard has it in the corner. Back to Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Timeout called Cleveland. Doris, wearable body tracking, such as sensors that teams use to determine stress load on players' bodies, how much they run during a game, during a practice, how fast they're going. Are we taking this thing too far?
You know, it's an excellent question. Listen, technology is increasing to the point where these teams now have a greater body of information with which to work. So I think just like we see in other areas of the game, analytics relative to team success, what's a good shot, what's a bad shot, the more information, the better. I think it comes down to an organizational decision. How much stress will we put on the information given by these particular body tracking monitors? I think it's got to be on a case-by-case basis. Certainly, the organizations will use it to the best of their abilities.
But if it helps the game, helps the players stay healthy, gives teams a better compass on how to use the players, I'm all for it.
Me too, Kev. Me too.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He told his team looking for those perimeter shots. He said their defense is not respecting us, so let's keep shooting until they come out on us, guys.
Who's back up? James. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You simply can't bite on that pump fake from LeBron because he is waiting for you to leave your feet and he's going to lean in to get to the line.
So he comes up empty at the line. Spurs leading by 10. Leonard kicks to Ginobili. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 6 points for Manu Ginobili. Doris, back in college, you earned a master's in education. How close were you to pursuing that path versus veering into becoming an analyst for basketball?
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, I always felt like I would be a high school teacher and a basketball coach, and someday maybe I'll coach a boys' high school basketball team. Very close, Kevin. I happened into broadcasting. I left coaching at Providence College. They put their women's basketball games on radio, and that was my entree into the business, and slowly but surely it grew every year.
But still educating still, right? I mean, don't you feel there's a part of education to being an analyst?
Oh, there's no question about it. You are trying to help that viewer to be as close to the action as we are fortunate enough to be, and sure, just describing what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
You are a PhD in broadcasting. Korver sets the screen for Thomas. Korver kicks to LeBron. Over Leonard. LeBron with another miss.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for San Antonio.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And these guys have played very well this season, and this win tonight, guys will push their win column up to 55.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Boy, what a determined offensive presence he has been for them tonight. He carried the scoring load, and as hot as he was, it took a ton of pressure off his teammates all night.
And LeBron James last season playing in his 7th consecutive NBA Finals. Doris, a streak only surpassed by the great Bill Russell.
And for context, Kevin, remember in the 60s when Bill Russell played, the finals were just the second round. What LeBron is doing is so much harder. To think that in 12 postseasons he has been to the finals 8 times, nothing short of astounding.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks, and the shot goes in.
Well, LeBron's going to put in work from the mid-range if you start to give him that kind of space.
Here's Gay. Cavaliers with the rebound. LeBron kicks to Calderon. Back to LeBron. Outside for Jefferson. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
This feels like a victory.